Hello, good afternoon, YouTube. This is your host, Tommy Cunningham, coming to you live from Forest Ridge HQ. Okay, today's video, we are going to be talking about the difference between NXTN, DMR, LTR, Land Mobile Radio, and Project 25. Okay. So how we are going to do that, we are going to use my computer. Now I'm going to read you guys the differences. So, okay. So the introduction to the NXTN is it's the next generation digital narrowband custom air interface protocol, which is developed jointly by ICOM and Kenwood. Frequency division multiple access involves 4 level of FSK, and that's our ambulance. These companies and others together from
Cross out South Brandon Court and East Winslow Road, 1502 hours, 12D4.
So can it be detected? Apart from the actual Kenwood and ICOM radios, the following methods are possible. The unit SDS-100 and SDS-200 handle it by a paid upgrade. The BCD 436 HP and 530 HP can mode paid. The upgrade digress by the NXC and now available in the 436 and 536 trend.
208, Quad 1, this is going to be in the 3rd floor hallway of Crawford 1. Patient is having seizures, they believe possibly drug induced. Sounds to be violent. DPD en route.
So that's what it looks like on my end, on my little. So this radio scanner you guys just heard, it's called the BC 125AT. So now what we are going to be talking about is our next one is LTR. A long Logistic trunk radio system for the 1970s by E.F. Johnson Company. Logistic trunk radio, that's what we're talking about. Overview. Logistic trunk radio, or LTR, is originally developed by E.F. Johnson in the early 1990s. The LTR systems do not have a designated control channel like the Motorola EDAX system. Each system is its own controller. All those controllers are combined together. Even though a controller monitor is its own channel, one of the channel's controllers is assigned to be a master and all the other controllers report to. Typically on a LTR radio, each of these controllers sends its data bursts approximately every 10 seconds on an LTR standard system, so that the subscriber units know that the system is there. The ID data bursts, one be turned off at discreet by its system owner. Some systems will broadcast an ID LE data burst only on channels used as home channels, and on those used for overflow communication. Trace channel with an ID data burst will sound like short beep of a static, like someone keying up and unkeying a radio within a half a second. The data burst is not sent at the same time by channels, but happens randomly through the system channels. In LTR compatible radio, which is, of course, is this one, and also the BCT8. The BCT8, the BC2460, the BC296, the Whistler 1040, 1065, 1080, 1088, 1095, 1098, TRX1, TRX2, LTR standard, LTR standard has no detected control channel. All control data is subscribed data along with voice transmission. Some can have any number of channels from 1 to a maximum of 20. Each channel of the system has a unique number, 0, 1, 20. These need to not be separately assigned. Each subscriber radio is being programmed with all channels. The system will properly logistic the same requirement as an EDAX system. Unit scanners and Radio Shack scanners that track LTR standard systems require the channel to proper logistic alert in order to properly monitor the system. With advanced as the Radio Shack Pro 92 and Pro 2067 that do not require LTR frequencies and proper but tracking is less effectively accomplished. The order is refined by a logistic channel number, or LCN. The LTR standard talk groups like AHHGGG, A is the area code either 0 and 1. The area code is the same as all talk groups in a given system. It's actually chosen by the system operator. The most common use simply is there's talk groups or multiple systems. HH, a home repeater, has 20 possible. 1 or 20 will always use the repeater by default unless the repeater is already in use by another talk group. If a home talk group is in use, the controller will assign a repeater at random. If no repeater is free, all are in use. Then the radio is busy single. GGG is a group number and has 250 possible values, 001 through 0054. Each password site sees at least 3 frequencies. A local home channel for units site as a home frequency, a rolling home channel for units for another site in a home site. A register channel is used by roaming to register with the site. The local home channel is programmed into the radio. The roaming home channel is assigned to the unit registry with a site and seems to be saying for all units to be registered at that site. The registering channel is a frequency bandwidth that neighboring sites and their neighboring information. LTR multinet. LTR multinet system are APC06 and compliant entities mostly found in public safety systems. LTR multi-site usually have 1 or more status channels that act like control channel in a Motorola or EDAC system. However, these channels also carry voice sensibility. So now our next system that we are going to be talking about is our next one on our list, which is DMR, which I'm kind of excited about talking about. Which I'm kind of excited about talking about this one. Okay, beginner's quick guide. This is a little bit of information about a DMR radio. Okay, introduction. A nice thing that standards and these are choosing from. I like the iconic Homer in a statement, a standard should everyone doing things the same way in order to be compatible and prevent having a wheel. Because everyone has its own standard. Just like a two-way radio, digital voice system. For everyone, there's P25 Phase 2, Phase 1, Phase 2, NXN, DMR, Tetra, Open Sky, ProNet, and DPMR. A short host, legendary voice modes that doesn't even consider the controllers such as D-Star, Fusion, Free DMI, special old offerings from Ekron and ADR. Choosing what DMR system you'll go with, which they have like a radio on here, which is the Motorola SLR. There's like 3 flavors. And the DMR codes, there's color codes, time slot, zones, color plug, CPS, and hotspot. Ham radio scanning. Okay, now what we are going to be talking about is land mobile radios. So like, a land mobile radio is a person-to-person voice communication system in two-way transceivers. An audio transceiver receives in one unit, which is standard base station units, mobile installed inside vehicles, or portable handheld walkie-talkies, which I got two examples. This one. Okay. The first example I'm going to show to you is a radio. This is what a Uniden radio looks like right here. And this is what a Medlin X-Talker looks like. And then after that, we go on down, we click on what is LTR. This is from Motorola Solutions, and I'll put the information down in the description below. They use enhanced and enabled location tracking, connect with everyone, and interoperability. Okay, now what we are going to be talking about is MERS radio frequencies. Okay. Rule Part 47 CFR Part 95. The multi-use radio service MERS uses channels in the 151 to 154 spectrum range. The most common use for MERS radios for short distance. Two-way communications uses small portable handhelds and a familiar function similar to walkie-talkies. Similar systems include general mobile radio service and family radio service. And then after that, we look at the data. 151.8200, 151.8800, 151.94. That was channel 2 for like our hospital. So now what we are going to be talking about is the general mobile radio service, okay? The General Mobile Service is a licensed radio service that uses radios from around 462 megabytes to 467. The most use of a GMRS channels is for short distance two-way voice communications using handheld radios, mobile radios, and repeater systems. In 2017, the FCC expanded the GMRS, also allowing short data messaging applications, text messaging, and GPS location. So pretty much what it's saying that on here, we are browsing by category. And now what we are going to be talking about is him, the amateur radio service. That will be coming up in my next video tomorrow around 10 or 11 a.m. And then after that, I'll be switching things over to a lunchtime special. So if you guys have not yet, this is Scanner Videos of Tommy Cunningham. If you guys hit that like, subscribe, and follow the channel, that would be nice.